Hi everyone. I want to spend just a moment here sharing an overview of the Parent and Family Contact Day that was established as part of our 2015-16 school year calendar. This day comes out of the work done by our district calendar committee, and the purpose of this day is to really facilitate conversations between families, parents, and student regarding the development of a personalized learning plan and learner profile. In addition, we hope that this time serves as an opportunity for you and parents, family, student to develop strong relationships and connections between home and school. So the district calendar committee was able to establish 7.5 hours dedicated to reaching out to families and students prior to the start of the school year or early in the school year. This time, the 7.5 hours is able to be used flexibly by you. It is not a set date that you have to meet with families. Again, but it's a flexible amount of time in which you will be meeting with families to connect and develop these learner profiles. So the purpose of this time also comes from our Board of Education and their vision regarding personalized learning, in which they note that the family and parent input is essential to this process. Additionally, we cite the Harvard Research Project in 2010 of one of many studies that indicate the importance of family engagement to student success. So when we think about this day and what this time will look like between you and families, it's really about listening and learning on our part. The district will be unrolling their personalized learning plan, and this could certainly serve as a guide for some of the conversation and provide prompts for the conversation. Additionally, I will be providing a resource to you that has included question prompts that might help you facilitate these conversations. When we think about the logistics of this day, we can look at first meeting location. It should be our priority to meet off campus and meet parents where they feel most comfortable. So the only way that these meetings should be occurring on campus, on the school campus, is if parent is declining to meet in somewhere other than the school building. Secondly, we want to think about the fact that not every student is going to be able to be connected with and within 7.5 hours of time. So we want to be strategic in who we're meeting with, and so we think about the students that we most want to make connections with and the families we most want to make connections with. Our student services team here at Badger Ridge has been working at identifying students based on feedback from prior year teachers. This feedback was related to families that maybe were difficult to connect with, students who really depended upon strong relationships with their teachers. So that's some of the information we've sought out for you. The third logistical item that I'm going to talk about here is then interpreters. Those families that need interpretation services, there will be scheduled days at off-site locations in which interpreters will be available for you to schedule conferences. So when we think about who you will meet with, we'll begin as a starting point with access groups. And so those 15 to 18 students, you'll then think strategically and maybe winnow that list down to 6 to 8 students and meet with those individuals that are part of your access group. We will also think about our Encore staff and our student services staff, and they may be assigned students also in a strategic way based upon interests, passions, relationships, student needs, or other special considerations that the student may have. In the end, what we want to stay most true to is the efficient and effective transfer of information from the individual staff member who is meeting with families, and then making sure that information transfers directly to the classroom teacher on a day-to-day basis. As I noted earlier, counselors have collected information to identify students to meet with, or who may fit into that category of strategic meetings. And all of this information regarding your access group and assigned students should be to you by July of 2015. The last piece of the meeting time that you need to think about is just the collection of some general information from the parent that we'll ask for, primarily in the form of an email address, so that we can send out a follow-up survey with the parent to find out exactly if they felt this time was beneficial to them as a parent, and if it will, hopefully have impact on their student in the upcoming school year. So just to conclude, I've included in the email that had the link to this video. I've included a resource for frequently asked questions throughout the district, and I've also included, as I mentioned earlier, the guiding questions that can be used to help facilitate these conversations with families. And finally, I will be sharing with you a date as part of and it is included in this email as well, a time in which Jason Olson and I will be available to meet and answer any questions you may have if this overview wasn't enough. Okay, so thank you for spending a few minutes with me. And as always, feel free to seek me out and ask questions.